More suits. More problems. Why Suits LA fails to recapture the Suits magic. Dearest gentle viewers of the YouTube realm, welcome back to the Wolf Diaries, where we sip tea, spill secrets, and dive into the drama of your favorite shows and movies. Today, we're diving into the latest buzz from NBC, a spin-off that tried to cash in on the magic of the original Suits but ended up feeling more like a knockoff bargain than a blockbuster reboot. Yep, we're talking about Suits LA, the reboot that just isn't cutting it yet. Welcome to the Wolf Diaries. The legacy of Suits. Remember the original Suits? That slick legal dramedy where a brilliant college dropout, masquerading as a hotshot lawyer, navigated high-stakes cases with charm, wit, and a dash of campy humor? From 2011 to 2019, it captured our hearts with its razor-sharp dialogue, unforgettable characters like Harvey Specter and Mike Ross, and a vibe that made even legal loopholes feel glamorous. And when it hit Netflix in 2023, it got a whole new wave of fans. But let's face it, what works in one place doesn't always work in another. And NBC's attempt to reboot that magic with Suits LA turned out to be, well, a little underwhelming. Enter Suits LA. So, what was NBC thinking? With the original series off the table, thanks to cast changes and other obstacles, they handed the reins to creator Aaron Korsh. The result? Suits LA, a show that sports all the frills of its predecessor, sharp business attire, snappy banter, and high-energy music. But here's the kicker. It's missing the heart, humor, and chemistry that made Suits such a hit. Imagine your favorite soda being replaced by a sparkling water that only hints at the original flavor. That's Suits LA in a nutshell, almost there, but not quite hitting the same refreshing, addictive taste. The plot and its pitfalls. Let's break down the pilot episode. The show kicks off in 2010 with a flashback of our ostensible hero, Ted Black, portrayed by the uber-talented Stephen Amell, in a tense moment as a New York federal prosecutor caught up in a high-stakes standoff with a mob whistleblower. Then, boom. We're whisked away to present-day Los Angeles, where Ted is now a partner at a swanky law firm, Black Lane. But here's where things start to unravel. In his new life, Ted's world is thrown into chaos. His best friend and partner, Stuart Lane, played by Josh McDermott, betrays him by merging their firm with a rival run by Ted's ex, Samantha Railsback, portrayed by Rochelle Golding. Ted's left scrambling, juggling a reduced staff, a top client arrested for murder, and a slew of confusing flashbacks that dig into his mysterious past. It's like trying to solve a legal case with half the evidence missing. The narrative is cluttered with too many plot twists and flashbacks, so many that it feels like the show is trying to cram an entire season's worth of backstory into just one episode. The rapid-fire shifts in time and tone make it hard to catch your breath, let alone get invested in the characters. Character dynamics, missing the Suits spark. Now, if you're a die-hard Suits fan, you know that the original series wasn't just about snappy dialogue and fancy suits. It was all about the deep, magnetic relationship between its lead characters. Harvey's unwavering confidence and Mike's underdog brilliance created a dynamic that was nothing short of addictive. In Suits LA, however, that spark is noticeably absent. Ted Black, our supposed new lead, is a far cry from the charismatic figures we fell in love with. His personality just doesn't pack the same punch, and his chemistry with the rest of the cast? Well, it's more like static than fireworks. His best friend, Stuart Lane, adds to the mix with his own set of questionable decisions, leaving us wondering who the real protagonist is in this convoluted legal drama. Even the supporting characters, like Erica Rollins, played by Lex Scott Davis, Brian Greenberg, portraying Rick Dodson, Amanda Stevens, played by Maggie Grace, Leah Power, portrayed by Alice Lee, and Kevin, played by Troy Winbush, managed to shine through their Hollywood lawyer B-plots, handling quirky side cases and celebrity cameos, but they can't rescue a narrative that's lost its way. A tonal shift from campy charm to confusing chaos. One of the biggest missteps of Suits LA is its jarring tonal shift. The original show had a distinct flavor, campy, lighthearted, and full of tongue-in-cheek humor. There were those delightfully over-the-top moments, like that infamous dream sequence about a trial featuring Faye Pupperson. But in Suits LA, we're hit with a strange cocktail of elements that just don't mix. The show tries to balance gritty flashbacks of Ted's early days as a prosecutor with the glitzy, over-stylized world of LA law. With all that being said, it was so touching to get a final glimpse of John Amos, who passed in August of 2024. He appears on the show as a wise, almost mystical figure, which brought me to tears, realizing this was one of the final times we would be seeing him on our screens. What a legend! The flashbacks and narrative overload. Now, let's talk about those flashbacks. If you enjoy a well-placed backstory that deepens the narrative, Suits LA might just leave you scratching your head. The show dedicates nearly half its runtime to flashbacks of Ted's past in New York, scenes filled with vague, unresolved mysteries, estranged family ties, and moments that seem more like filler than meaningful character development. These flashbacks aren't seamlessly woven into the storyline. Instead, they interrupt the flow, making it hard for viewers to stay oriented in the chaotic timeline. It's as if the show is trying to pay homage to its roots while simultaneously forgetting why the original worked in the first place. When you're trying to follow a legal drama, clarity is key. Instead, you're left piecing together a puzzle with too many missing pieces, and by the time the betrayal or twist hits, you're still trying to figure out who's who and what's what. So, what went wrong? Why does it feel like the show already missed the mark way early on? There are a few key reasons. Lack of chemistry. The dynamic between the central characters is flat compared to the electric rapport seen in the original Suits. Overstuffed plot. With too many flashbacks, multiple timelines, and an overload of side plots, the narrative feels cluttered and unfocused. Missed tone. The unique blend of camp, humor, and high stakes that define the original is replaced by a muddled mix that struggles to find its identity. Underdeveloped characters. None of the new faces, not even Ted Black, managed to carve out a memorable identity or emotional connection with the audience. In short, Suits LA tries to be a Suits reboot but ends up feeling like a watered-down imitation, a pretender in a nicely tailored suit that lacks the heart and soul of its predecessor. Comparisons and final verdict. Let's put it this way. If you're craving the smart, sassy banter and character-driven plots of Suits, Suits LA is more like your fizzy-flavored water compared to a full-bodied soda. It hints at that original flavor but ultimately leaves you wanting more. The original series thrived on its engaging characters and a clever mix of humor and drama. It was more than just a legal procedural, it was a character study in ambition, loyalty, and wit. Suits LA, on the other hand, loses that essence by juggling too many storylines without a clear direction. Even with some promising moments, like the banter between Erica and Leah, the overall execution feels off-kilter. At the end of the day, rebooting a cult classic is always a high-risk endeavor. While Hollywood loves to revisit and repackage what worked in the past, sometimes the magic just can't be replicated. And in this case, Suits LA ends up as a reminder that some things, especially the ones with real heart and chemistry, are best left in their original form. Final thoughts. So, what's our final verdict? Suits LA might have the glitz and glamour on paper, but it falls short of capturing the spark that made the original a hit. It's a case of style over substance, a flashy reboot that never quite delivers the punch. If you're a die-hard Suits fan looking for that signature mix of humor, drama, and character depth, you might be better off revisiting the original series. Suits LA serves as a reminder that sometimes less is more, and that some legacies are simply irreplaceable. With all that being said, it's not all doom and gloom, as the show is only getting its feet wet. Let's hope an appearance of the characters from the parent show will spark up some interesting storylines and drama. We'll keep an eye on the rest of the season and see if the show will finally find its footing. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive into Suits LA. What do you think? Does the reboot have any redeeming qualities? Or is it just a case of a fancy suit with no soul? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear your predictions and hopes. If you enjoyed this deep dive, please subscribe to the channel, like this video, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any updates about your favorite shows and every time that we upload. Until next time, remember, sometimes the best suits are the ones that tell a story you can really believe in. This is Lady Wolf, signing off with a Harvey Specter checkmate. Let the battle of the wits begin. Thank you for joining us on this captivating journey. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and/or subscribe for more delightful content, and I'll see you on the next one.